Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the Marvin Harrison Jr situation is insane. Now, I've been hearing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of weird shit going on with Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm like, the last thing I heard about was him getting sued, I think, or some shit like that. But let's go ahead and check this out. I haven't really heard anything else.
Happening behind the scenes is a potential tiff between fanatics in the Marvin Harrison camp. But just because everybody else is signing their rights away doesn't mean Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to do that. And I think this is a good message to the future college athletes. You don't have to do it either.
The Arizona Cardinals got one of the most surefire draft picks in Marvin Harrison Jr. And already there's a significant amount of drama that has come with selecting Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's not in the way that we typically see these athletes get into drama. So I'm here to explain all of it to you, how it's unprecedented, and as a result you might not be able to play with Marvin Harrison Jr. in Madden 25.
Nigga, what? Oh no, bro. Hey, Marvin Harrison Jr., you gonna have to run me my ones, nigga.
To the content, make sure you drop, like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications because we are on the grind to 1 million subscribers. And now that we get all that out of the way,
damn, new setup. This nigga must be on vacation or some shit. W intro.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Ooh, that voice crack. The Arizona Cardinals had one of the most unique seasons that we've ever seen in the NFL. 1 year ago, we were asking the question whether or not the Cardinals were going to fall all the way to the #1 overall pick and be in a situation to potentially select Caleb Williams #1 overall and move on from Kyler Murray for good, which would have been a huge problem considering the fact that they recently extended Kyler Murray. But Kyler Murray would return in week 9 of the NFL season, and it seemed like this man's sole purpose and sole mission was to make sure that the Cardinals wouldn't get the #1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. And while at the time I thought that was absolutely ridiculous to do so, he got the ultimate reward for doing so. The Cardinals ended up with the #4 overall pick in the NFL draft. But in reality, when you already have a quarterback under center, that pick was more like the 1st overall pick in the NFL draft for them, because the top 3 picks were Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May, which means the Cardinals had the opportunity to select the first non-quarterback in the entire NFL draft, and the opportunity to select quite possibly one of the most exciting wide receivers that we've seen since probably Calvin Johnson was too good of an opportunity for this team to pass up. They had the opportunity to draft
Megatron was something different, bro.
Since a prime DeAndre Hopkins, selecting Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. Typically, I don't go to bat for prospects to the extent that I have for Marvin Harrison Jr., but when you consider the fact that usually whenever the son of a NFL legend makes it into the 1st round of the NFL draft, or even like the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft, they end up being good. Given the fact that he is 3 inches taller than his father probably taught him a thing or two about route running. He rewrote record books at Ohio State University and has already made some very interesting moves. There's no question in my mind that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a stud in the NFL. He has a former offensive rookie of the year and a 2-time Pro Bowler throwing him the football. The offense is without a doubt going to run through him. From a football,
he might win offensive rookie of the year this year,
that Marvin Harrison Jr. is set up for success. But of course, there's the off chance that some crazy stuff might happen and he won't be set up for success. Now, whether this incident that I'm about to talk to you guys about qualifies for some crazy incident is up for you guys to decide. But I have to admit, this situation is so strange and so crazy that I just had to cover it at this point. Marvin Harrison Jr. was selected, and he is going to wear the number 18 for the Arizona Cardinals to represent his father, which wore the same jersey number but in reverse. But 2 weeks after the draft, we would get this report that fans cannot buy Cardinals wide receiver Marvin Harrison's jersey nor play with him in the video game Madden. And
for what? Like, bro, that's lame as hell, bro. Nigga, bro, I know Cardinals fans are heated. I'm heated as well, because like, why can't we play with him in Madden? Bro, he's gonna be a cheat code in Madden, bro. Like, come on now. Nigga's probably gonna be like an 80 overall or some shit like that. Why? Like, come on. It's the lamest shit I've ever heard.
It's been several weeks since the Arizona Cardinals drafted wide receiver Marvin Harrison.
What's the reason for it, though?
Pick, but fans cannot buy Marvin Harrison's jersey or play with him in the video game Madden. Why? Because the son of Hall of Fame wideout Marvin Harrison has not signed the NFL Players Association group licensing agreement, which allows partnering companies such as Nike and EA Sports to use a player's name, image, and likeness. For most players, signing the GLA is a formality, typically inked at the NFL Combine. sign. The GLA not only allows the NFLPA to market its players, but it also helps.
You better sign that shit, nigga, or you gonna have to run me my ones. I don't care if I lose. We're running out. Bro, you running me my ones, my nigga.
How they make it seem like Marvin Harrison Jr. is a sociopath for not signing this contract that is a mere formality to sign for everybody. And it's crazy how much
bro thinks he's better than everybody else. Just because you're an elite talent don't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're gonna sign this shit, nigga, even if I have to find you myself.
Against rookie wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. for breach of contract. Harrison's team says it has no contract, while the lawsuit states that the two sides have signed an autograph agreement dating back to last May worth more than $1 million. Damn. But it's way more complicated than this. So Tyler M. Webb posted this thread explaining what's going on. Fanatics is suing Marvin Harrison Jr. for leaking misleading info on the Pat McAfee show. Per the Pat McAfee show, top players are typically
how much he getting sued?
Deal with Fanatics while still in school. This allows them to sell officially licensed jerseys, autographed memorabilia, and trading cards. And these deals are usually 4 years long, meaning they often last into a player's second year in the NFL. Understanding this, Marvin Harrison Jr. never signed a Fanatics deal while in college, so he can negotiate it at a higher rate once he was drafted. But to maintain his leverage with Fanatics, Marvin Harrison Jr. has also not yet signed his NFLPA licensing agreement, which allows for the use of his likeness in merchandise, trading cards, and Madden. Bro. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would Marvin Harrison Jr. not do this? Is he going a little bit too far by not just signing the licensing deal so he can make some money? Well, former NFL quarterback Kurt Benkert explains how predatory this deal could be.
When I was in college, coming out in the NFL, I signed a deal with Panini, and I think I made $80,000 signing rookie cards. I had to sign 20,000 rookie cards.
Oh my God.
So it was in 2 batches. Some of them were on the cards, a lot of them were slips, but basically how it worked was I had 10,000 cards that I had to sign at $4 a pop. That was the first part of my deal. And this price per sign was negotiated based on where they believed you'd be picked up, what market you might go to, team, whatever. And so like I was heavily incentivized to get that deal done because I had no money to my name. I was getting paid from my agency like a living stipend, but I had made no money in college. I was coming out with nothing. Like I needed to make NFL money or I was gonna have to get a job. And so these deals with cards and stuff are typically signed early so that you can get some money in your pocket to give you some cushion until you get your first NFL paycheck. So for me, $40,000 in my first 10,000, and then they re-upped again for the second and completed my deal. I signed 20,000 slips for
niggas making bank in college, gang.
At that time, you look at Marvin Harrison.
Maybe I should have
come out of college,
played the fucking college football and shit.
These are the types of deals that are coming. Maybe he's getting $20 a signature. Who knows, right? Like could be making half a million signing 20,000 cards or 50,000. Who knows what it is? When you've already made many millions and you have the leverage because you don't have to say yes, the ball's in your court to do what you want. And I'd imagine that he's probably fighting for an amended agreement that he gets a bigger percentage or a bigger whatever, that he feels he actually brings more value back to this NFLPA operation than they're bringing to him. From looking from the outside in, that's kind of how I see it.
So check this out. Typically, a player like Marvin Harrison would get $80,000 for signing this type of agreement. But since he's Marvin Harrison Jr. and he's the son of Marvin Harrison, who made a decent amount of money when he was playing football for the Indianapolis Colts, Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't really need the money. So he's been holding out for a better deal. In early May 2024, ESPN reported that he had signed a $1 million deal with Fanatics for autographs, signed trading cards, game work apparel, and other marketing opportunities. And this is where it gets pretty crazy, because Pat McAfee would indicate that Harrison hadn't signed any such deal. And Marvin Harrison even reposted the clip onto Twitter, and his website, the official Harrison Collection, still states that it is the only site from which to purchase signed Harrison memorabilia. So this is how Pat McAfee gets roped into this. Check this out.
This is not about the NFLPA. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be a part of the NFLPA when the time comes. But what I have been told is this is not an NFLPA thing. What this all revolves around is a deal that is allegedly being pitched to
niggas gonna
sophomores
have
in
to make
college
Marvin
who have
Harrison
been named
Jr. a custom
by a company
player in
named
Madden
Fanatics.
25 this year,
I guess
bro.
there was an offer
If this
made
nigga's not
to Marvin Harrison
goddamn
Jr. whenever
signed
he
the
was a
damn
sophomore in
NFLPA
college,
shit
which
by
has happened
then,
to a
by
lot
like
of guys,
August or
where
something,
if you sign
when the game comes
for
out.
a card deal, an autograph deal, It's for 4 years. So it goes all the way into like your second year in the NFL. Marvin Harrison, who doesn't need the money, said, we're not taking that deal. We're not signing that deal. So allegedly what's been happening behind the scenes is a potential tiff or beef between fanatics in the Marvin Harrison camp. But just because everybody else is signing the rights away doesn't mean Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to do that. And I think this is a good message to the future college athletes. You don't have to do it either. So whenever they offer a little bit of an upfront worth of money for you to sign a deal, don't necessarily have to take that money. Even though it looks good, there's going to be more money later if you have enough confidence in yourself for it to make it. This is kind of what college football, NIL, is kind of at a tipping point, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably going to be the face of hopefully some change for the future.
And this leads us to where we are currently. Fanatics is very butthurt that Marvin Harrison Jr., who would have been one of the top selling jerseys and one of the top pieces of memorabilia to collect. Like, think about this. This is Marvin Harrison Jr. we're talking about. His father was a Super Bowl champion in the NFL, rewrote record books in the NFL, one of Peyton Manning's top targets when he was in the NFL. Marvin Harrison Jr. is being projected to be even better than his father. Obviously, collectors are scrambling to do whatever they can to get signed Marvin Harrison Jr. memorabilia. Now, bear in mind, this is all based off of speculation, of course, but that's what collecting is. You look at the hype of a player, you buy into the hype of the player, you want to hold on to it because you feel like this is going to increase in value. That's the rush of collecting. It's why I have a Patrick Mahomes and Kobe Bryant jersey behind me. Well, kind of more than just the fact that it could increase in value. Those jerseys mean a lot to me, actually. But that aside, you can tell that whether you're a fan of Marvin Harrison Sr. or a fan of Marvin Harrison Jr., there's no question about it that there will be significant amounts of demand for any type of memorabilia that Marvin Harrison Jr. would sell that would be affiliated with him. And the fact that he didn't sign the rights away to Fanatics and is trying to pocket the money on his own really pisses off Fanatics. So Fanatics decided to file a lawsuit with the New York Supreme Court. The lawsuit confirms that Marvin Harrison Jr. never signed a contract with them, and the two parties just agreed to a term sheet. And you can tell that Fanatics is very butthurt because for some reason they're bringing Pat McAfee into this as well.
For real, like, bro.
Also claims
I think Pat McAfee got his own shit to deal with.
Confidential info to ESPN.
You dragging my boy Patty into this shit.
Fanatics claims the term sheet is a fully binding and enforceable contract, and that Harrison has tried to use it to get higher offers from other companies. But probably the most important parts to everybody here is until this is resolved, Cardinals fans won't be able to buy a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey, a trading card, or play with him in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. I love how they frame this as you can't play with Marvin Harrison Jr. in Madden. I'm pretty confident that by the time Madden 25 number 2 comes out, Marvin Harrison Jr. will be fully available, or you're just gonna have to rename him from wide receiver number 18, which would be a nice little throwback to the NCAA games of decades ago, which, by the way, let us know if you want us to give away some copies of NCAA football, since that's about to come out in about a month and a half from now. Just subscribe and turn on our notifications and we'll give away a couple of copies within the next couple of months. So why would Marvin Harrison Jr. do this if he's already rich? Well, to a certain extent, you for sure want your brand to be associated with a high quality product, and the number one knock on Fanatics is their quality isn't necessarily the cream of the crop.
1.7 stars is crazy, bro. I don't blame Marvin Harrison Jr. for holding out now. That's crazy.
It's a really bad look for Fanatics because obviously more athletes are going to come and go, and more athletes will happily sign.
He might be smart by doing this though.
About the situation if you never
I know shitting on him because, you know what I'm saying, he's probably not going to be in Madden or some shit, but yo, this might be smart for him to do this then.
Which is going to end up losing.
They get 1.7 stars. Is horrendous, bro. Fanatics should be ashamed of themselves for that.
Fanatics is being this greedy, and I would have just swept it under the rug, but at this point it looks like Fanatics' pride is going to be their own downfall. How much longer until you see more players that are getting these sweet NIL deals realizing that they don't need Fanatics, they don't need to sign with Fanatics, they don't need to sign with any of these companies, they can just hold out and get an even better deal for themselves. At the end of the day, this isn't anything new. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been moving like this throughout the entire draft process. When they asked him if he was going to participate in the scouting combine, his dad said that they were going to just focus on his training so he could be prepared for the regular season as opposed to training for the draft combine. You can already see Marvin Harrison's effect on his son. All the experience throughout his time in the league is paying off, and it's making sure that his son makes the right moves. And as a result, it seems like other athletes are going to benefit. At the end of the day, I'm a huge fan of people taking control of their own business and their own brand and try to make as much money for themselves as humanly possible, while also making sure that the image of their brand stays clean. We already know what happened to Mr. Beast when he launched Mr. Beast Burger. He rapidly expanded. As a result, the quality of Beast Burger was terrible. He ended up suing the ghost kitchens that were selling Beast Burger because he didn't want his name to be affiliated with a terrible product. And then they ended up countersuing, and it was just a whole mess. So more power to Marvin Harrison Jr. for making sure only high quality Marvin Harrison Jr. memorabilia gets made. I mean,
that's
in the
smart.
comment
That's
section
smart.
down below,
They don't want his
Marvin
name to get
Harrison Jr.
ruined.
is being a brat.
You
Do
know
you
what I'm saying?
disagree with me? Do you think Marvin
His
Harrison
family's
Jr. is
name.
in the right? Are you happy that he's taking control of his career and his brand? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Hey man, what do you guys think about the whole Marvin Harrison Jr. situation? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on my post notifications, you'll notify when I drop another banger video. We're on the road to 200 subs. Help me get that for more banger NFL content like this. Without further ado, I'm out. Gang!